Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rainy Day Science Part 2. My name is Melissa and I work at the Wareham Land Trust in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today we are bringing you another weather-related experiment that you can do right from your own home using things that you probably already have around the house. And since we have a few rainy days this week on the forecast, we will be looking at why rain falls and how air pressure influences rain. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, we will need a cup or so of water. This is a little less than 2 cups. I will not need that much at all. We will need a mason jar or any other type of jar. You do want a wider lid. You will need a plastic cup. And the only thing that you will need to keep in mind for the plastic cup is that it needs to be able to go on top of your mason jar without falling all the way in. And last but not least, you will need a handful of cotton balls. Any type of cotton ball will do. Okay, so before we begin, let's talk about what rain is and why it falls in the first place. As many of you probably know, rain is a form of precipitation, or any form of water that falls to the earth. So this includes rain, snow, hail, and sleet. And rain is formed through the water cycle. Water evaporates, or becomes water vapor, in the atmosphere using energy from the sun or heat. Once in the atmosphere, the water vapor cools through a process called condensation, and the tiny water droplets that are formed turn into clouds, just like we saw last week in our cloud in a jar experiment. When the tiny droplets combine together, they get bigger and heavier, and eventually they're too heavy to stay in the air in the clouds. This is when they fall. When they are heavy enough, gravity pulls them towards the earth, making rain. Now that we know what rain is and why it falls, let's start our experiment. So, step 1, have a parent help you poke holes in the bottom of your plastic cup. Have a parent help you. I find that it's easiest to use a thumbtack, as you really do want small holes, but you could also use a nail or the tip of a sharp knife. Once you have that done, again, make sure that your cup fits right on top of your mason jar. Second step, you're going to place your plastic cup in the jar, like so, and then you're going to add your cotton balls right to your plastic cup. The next step will be to slowly pour water over your cotton balls. And you'll see the rain start to fall. Now watch. The rain will not fall until the cotton balls become heavy enough that gravity pulls the water down to the bottom of the jar, just like rain falling from the atmosphere. But what happens when the air pressure is higher than the force of gravity? By putting your hand over the entire jar, you create higher air pressure, and the rain stops. This is why, if you're watching the news and your weather person says that a low pressure system is coming, you can expect rain, and vice versa, with a higher pressure system, you can expect drier weather. Join us next time as we look more at air pressure by making our own at-home barometers. Thank you all so much for joining us, and the Wareham Land Trust will see you next time.